Hello. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon or morning or evening, depending on where you're from. I hope everyone is connected and ready. Um, and yeah, just as we're waiting for people to trickle in at the start of the hour, I'd like to welcome everyone and do a little introduction. I won't take much of your time, but we do have a couple of intro and like housekeeping slides to go through. And yeah, I'll briefly go through them to introduce the session and get started. Today's session is titled Getting Started with Open Journal Systems. Um, to begin, I'm sure you're all familiar with Zoom, but just as a quick reminder, there are a few useful features. You can minimize the screen and move it around for a better view if you need to continue working. And if you find that the speaker is talking a little too quickly, you can use the raise hand option to request a slower pace. And if you have any technical issues, such as not being able to hear or anything, please use the chat to let us know. But if you have any questions about the content itself, please use the Q&A box for us to just like keep them all in one place and on track. And now, just a quick introduction to Form. Form is a nonprofit membership organization supporting the advancement of open science policies and practices across research communities and institutions in the Arab world. We work to strengthen the open science ecosystem in higher education and research institutions and to create accessible, localized resources that support the implementation of open science practices. We also encourage collaborative communities, partnerships, and cooperation while advocating for right to left functionality in open source and open science technological solutions. Our vision is to unlock research for and within the Arab region and to contribute to a more open global research environment. Our mission is to support the adoption of open science practices by facilitating the exchange of actionable insights and developing practical policies. Our network currently includes more than 19 members, over 5,000 individuals across more than 200 institutions and over 110 countries. We offer capacity building initiative, including a localized resource library, a Diamond Open Access Journal, community development activities like this one, and regional research projects. We also support community building through regional discussion forums, open science newsletter, and stakeholder priorities framework. And in terms of connection and representation, we work to connect local stakeholders with global organizations, support collaborative and multilateral dialogues, participate in global working groups, provide Arabic translations for global organizations, and join aligned international declarations. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce today's speaker, Mugo Bakiolo, who's the publication support specialist at the Public Knowledge Project. Please, Mugo, the floor is yours. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Thank you so much, Rima. Thanks for the introductions and also for your invitation. And good morning and good afternoon to all. Today, I'll try to be quick as possible and cover as much as I can. Basically, I will start with a brief overview of the features OJS offers for managing your journal website, including the theming options and other customizations that help you shape your journal's look. But at the same time, we will talk about the flexibility OJS can offer you in terms of managing your and organize your workflow in a way that fits your journal's own needs and practices. And finally, we will look more closely to the editorial workflow itself. We will begin with a sample submission and walk through the main stages of the process, including the review stages, submission, copy editing, and production stages. But before that, I'd like to also introduce PKP, as you may already know, but PKP is the original home of open journal systems, open print systems, and also open monograph press. It's a core facility at Simon Fraser University, and our work focuses on scholarly communication and open scholarship. And we develop free and open source software for scholarly publishing. And OJS was used 55,000 active journals across 150 countries in 60 languages. So we are especially proud of our global reach. We believe that research should be a global public good, and that also means supporting bibliodiversity. And currently, OJS is the world's mostly used publishing software and journal management system. It supports the full editorial and publishing workflow and help journals manage communication across all stages of the process and function as a customizable website. So I'll share my screen and begin with our presentation. I hope you can see.
Yes, we can.
Great then. So after this brief introduction, let's continue with our reader interface. I will use our workshop journal today. You can see the reader interface right now. And in OJS, the layout and organization of the journal can be adjusted through theme options and backend settings. We offer a variety of themes, and you can visit our demo website. At the end of this session, I will provide all the resources that I'll be sharing. One of them is our demo journals, where you can see the different theme options we provide. You can come here and see how different themes looks in live journals here. And some journals go further and customize their website with CSS level or code level changes. So OJS can give you a lot of flexibility when it comes to appearance. And in the header, you can see all the menu items. These can be reorganized. We also have a sidebar here with lots of information, and different pages are linked there. Not all teams have available sidebars, but mainly you can organize everything in the menus, submenus, create new pages. It is very flexible and user-friendly, and you can get used to it in no time. I can say it's very intuitive in that sense. And after seeing the reader interface, we can switch to the back end. Although some journals, as I said, are able to make customizations, they all use the same back end. So we will switch to the back end right now. You are seeing 3.5 version of OJS. It's about to become the long-term support version in a couple of weeks, I believe. So it's the newest version of OJS that I will be showing you today. I will try to give you a brief introduction of the dashboard here. First of all, we have the user interface here. By coming here, you can change the language and also edit your profile. You can add the identity-related information, contact information. You can manage your roles. Again, set a public profile image, bio statements, etc. You can manage your password and also manage your notifications in which stages you'd like to get notification or emails. So that is the basics of the profile section. And then we have the editorial dashboard. Right now, I'm logged in as an editor, so I can see all the settings and additional menus available on the back end. When I click the editor dashboard, this will show me various stages of the publication process. Basically, if I click active submissions, I can see all the submissions that are submitted to our journal. And these features makes us easily track the submissions and in which stages they are at. Once they're scheduled for publication, they will be listed here, or when they published, I can easily manage all the submissions we have. And we also have filters to help you reach to the submission you're looking for. You can search by section, assign to editors and issues, for example. And at a glance, I can see which stages at the submissions are, how much days they spent in our journal, what kind of editorial activity this submission needs. And I can also simply see the submission dashboard here by clicking the view option. We will come back here and see the details of the submission process later. And again, as an editor, I can also start new submissions, which takes me to the submission dashboard. Again, we will check the details later. And after the editor dashboard, we have menus to manage your journal. The first one is the issues menu, where you can see both feature and back issues. By just creating an issue, we can set a sample issue. For example, we can add the volume, number, and year. If this is a redundant information for your case, you can disable the options here. You can add a title and a description if you like, add a cover image, and save. This way we have a feature issue and a back issue is available here. Once this issue is published, it will be listed in the back issues. But we can always edit the issue we created. Come here to issue data to adjust it, and we can add issue galleys, which means, for example, most of the time journals use PDF, so this PDF will contain all the submissions published in this issue. And we can also manage the table of contents. Right now, we don't have any assigned submission here, so we don't see, but if we check back issue, we'll be able to see all the submissions in here, which are listed according to their sections. Again, I will explain the sections in a bit. And then we have announcement sections where you can use this menu to create announcements, share news from your journal, or maybe you would like to communicate the upcoming issue and you want to publish a call for publication. You can add the titles, short description, and the text of the announcements. You will also have flexibility to add images or source codes, and etc. And also, if you would like to use an image with the announcement, you can add it there and set an expiry date if needed. Most of the time, for call for papers may require an expiry date. And by enabling this option, send an email here, you'll be able to send your announcement to all registered users in your journal. And we also have a DOIs menu. If you're a member of DOI registration agencies such as Crossref or DataCite, you'll be able to register and assign your DOIs here, see the errors if there are any, and you can update your metadata whenever you need. It's very simple, straightforward, and easy to manage. And then we have settings. We will go over the details of these settings in a bit, but the main settings are related to journal, website, the workflow, distribution, and user management. After the settings, we have stats. OJS provides you all kind of data regarding your articles, issues, journal, and you'll be also able to track the editorial activity. And seeing these data actually will help you manage your content or your workflow maybe. And you can also adjust the time range here, use filters to see the stats in. And you can also use reports to see the review details in your journal and article reports or subscription reports. So these are the basics of the editorial dashboard, I may say. So we can begin with the details of journal settings. Because first of all, I want to highlight that setting up your journal properly in OJS means that not just completing the back-end forms. Whether you're starting a new journal or managing one with a long publishing history, it is important to keep your bibliographic information easy to access, open, and clear. And this information is a key reference point for all stakeholders involved in the journal's publication processes. And these settings also help you shape and communicate your journal policies while improving your visibility, credibility, and accessibility. This is why one of the first things you'd like to do is completing the masthead settings carefully and making this information also publicly available. And these details also entered in the masthead settings such as journal title, ISSNs, editorial masthead, description of your journal, about the journal section, etc. These basic information will be also used in the metadata and will be shared with other systems interacting with your installation. And we also have contact session. All these pages are reflected in the reader interface. For example, we have a contact page set, and all the information entered here will be available on the front end. And I'd like to also briefly introduce you to sections and categories. Sections are basically means type of manuscripts, and most common ones, as you know, would be original research, case studies, letter to editors, etc. By coming here, you can create a section that for example, we can say original articles, let's say, add an abbreviation, and set our section policies. We can limit the word count, enable it for browsing in the search. And we can add a description for the section archive. And if you want to enable some of the options like skipping peer reviews or do not require abstracts, we can adjust these section details here. And one of the most useful features of these sections are you can assign certain editors to these sections. That means if an author submits their manuscript in the article section, and if I enabled these section editors, they will be automatically notified by the new coming submission directly. So this means that editorial board doesn't have to deal with all the submissions coming in, but certain editors will be managing certain types of manuscripts that will make your life easier, let's say. And categories can be also used in a thematic way. If your journal's discipline requires additional themes, you can manage them by adding categories. It is same as sections menu. You can provide a description and add editorial assignments as you like. And then we have website settings. At the beginning of the session, I showed you some theme-related and CSS-related customizations, and it's basically related to the appearance of the journal. And here you can select a theme that we have made available, change the colors, enable journal summary on the homepage or not. You can also select to use display options for usage stats. And then we have logo, thumbnail, and homepage image related fields. You can also add page footer information. Again, as I mentioned earlier, not all teams have a sidebar, but if you do, you can easily enable some of the sidebar blocks available in the journal. Right now, we can see information block, language toggle block on the sidebar. By enabling and disabling them, we can manage the look of the sidebar. And we can also add customizable additional sidebar as well via the plugins. And then we have the editorial masthead. Once a user is assigned as a journal editor, we can set them in the editorial masthead settings, which will be, again, available in the About the Journal section in editorial masthead settings. All the editors or section editors can be listed here automatically when they're assigned for the role, and if you set them to be seen in the editorial masthead settings. And then under the advanced settings, you'll be able to add your CSS style sheet files here for further customizations. And if you like to have additional content, you can use this field for your homepage. And more detailed setups are available under this tab. We have the information block if you like to convey certain information to your readers, authors, or librarians. You can use these fields. OJS provides various languages. Your admin can install them. And once they're installed, they will be listed under the website languages. You will select one primary locale, and then you can enable certain languages for UI options and forms. But I'd like to also mention that enabling form doesn't automatically translate what has been inserted as content. So you will need to add the translation of the forms. For example, we see in the information page here, this is in English. If I enable another language for forms, I'll be able to see them as in French here, and I have to provide the French version of the content itself. But it doesn't happen automatically. And then we have submission languages. These will be the ones you will allow authors to submit their articles in which languages, and whether you'd like to allow them to insert the metadata in a given language. You can manage them easily on this page. And at the beginning of the session, we mentioned that the reader interface and header is customizable. This is where we do it. The user navigation menu refers to this menu, and the primary navigation menu refers to the header. And by coming here to edit, we can simply add different type of menu items, and by dragging and dropping, we can locate them or set them as a submenu. Click a little bit to right. And unassigned menus will not be seen on the home page, and assigned menus will be there. And you can create new items. We have default pages here, but if you need a customizable new page, we can add it, test, and then we can enter our content. Now our test page is ready, and by clicking here, the primary navigation menu, I can see my new page. Come here to locate it under which menu I need it to be. Let's say we can set it like that. And right now, if I refresh my page, I'll see my test menu will be available here. So it's very easy and very user-friendly, I can say. And we already mentioned announcement menu here. This is where we enable the announcements. And if you'd like to have a privacy statement, you can enter it here, set your date and time formats via here. Plugins are actually improve some of the features or add additional features to the installation. Some might be related to the looks of the journal, some might be more functional. And if you can navigate to our documentation page, we have a plugin guide and inventory where you can discover the features that various plugins provides. And all the plugins will be listed here. You can check and add. Once they're installed, you'll be able to manage the installed plugins in here. Come here to edit them or complete the settings. You'll be able to use their functionality within your journal. And then we have workflow related settings. This is where we manage submission related issues. You can disable submissions on this menu. Provide author guidelines and submission checklists. How authors can upload files can be instructed here. You can provide details regarding contributors, editors, review and submits, copyright notices, etc. Everything an author might need during the submission can be entered here in the relevant fields. Then we have the metadata section. During the submission process, authors can add these metadata elements, and if you like them, when you need them to add these metadata elements, you can select this from here, and which metadata elements will be available on the submission dashboard can be selected on this menu. Right now, we only have keywords enabled, but you can add subjects, disciplines, supporting agencies, coverage rights, sources, different types of metadata will be available there. And components are basically the file types that an author can add to their submission during the submission stage. We can order them, edit them, and what kind of file type they will be, and manage their available options regarding the components. And we can add the new components if you like. And review is very similar to submission. We provide review details here. We set the default review mode. Most of the time, double anonymous review is preferred, and you can manage how a reviewer can access the files. If you like to have, if there's an unregistered reviewer in your journal that you would like to join in the review process, you can send one-click review access to them, and you can set important deadlines and weeks as a default for the review process, and manage the reminders. And you can add reviewer guidelines. Once a reviewer got the review request for a submission, they will be directed to the review dashboard, and they will be able to see the guidelines you will enter here. And if you like to standardize your review processes, you can come here to create forms. This will look like a survey or a form, standard form, actually. And they will be able to fill out that form for the given submission. And under the publisher library, you'll be able to provide files or documents that you may need to have access. And once they're uploaded here, by enabling this option, there you can make them open for public access. So you can deploy any kind of document you'd like to have in the journal. Another good part of OJS is how it's make your life easier when it comes to emails, because basically publishing process is a communication process. So each time you take a decision, it requires a communication. So available default email templates will help you manage the communication within journal. You can add your signature and set the notification settings down there. When you click Add and Edit Templates, you'll see every default templates available for communication. You can filter them by their stages, who sent from, and who it is sent to. And by coming here and editing, you can see the default options. Most of them has a discussion for the stage and a request for that given stage. And we can see the default version here. If you'd like to edit them, add new content, you can do so. And you can also further customize it during the submission dashboard when you're with a particular stakeholder in the process. So you can do all these both as default and also during the workflow. And finally, we have distribution-related settings. This is also important part of the setup of your journal because this will, again, will be communicated to all stakeholders of the journal. Copyright holder, you can, for example, if you're an open access journal, you can give it to the author, select your license, and copyright year. All these will be reflected in the article landing page. For example, we can see the current issue, and if I select the submission here, there we can see it's CC by 4 and copyright is the author, belongs to the author directly, so you don't have to deal with all license related or copyright related information during the submission, but it will be set as default. And this is where we completed the UI setup. Once enabled, the UI's menu will be available on the left sidebar menu. And by enabling it, you can adjust the settings, which items need UIs. You can select it here, add your prefix. You can set the automatic UI assignment to copyediting stage or maybe upon publication. That depends on your workflow. And you can also select the DOI format for the assignment of DOIs. And then if you're already a member of the registration agency, of course, you'll be able to fill this form out. And you can add your credentials here. And after that, your integration will be completed. And rest of the DOI management will be done through the DOIs menu on the left sidebar panel. And then you can also increase your visibility by adding some descriptions and custom tags for search engines to find your website. If you're a subscription-based journal, you can also enable payments. OJS helps you with PayPal fee payments and manual fee payments. Once enabled, payments will be also listed as a broader menu item on the left panel. And you can, again, use status page to manage stats regarding your journal. And another important settings is the publishing mode. You can set it as an open access, or you can set your journal as a subscription based. And also enabling OAI might be useful because when you like to provide metadata to other parties, OJS will help you directly by setting this up. And another thing is related to archiving. You can manage archiving through clocks and logs and also by PKP-PN network once enabled via the plugin gallery. The PKP Preservation Network is a free service developed by PKP to ensure long-term preservation of OJS journals. It basically uses logs system to provide decentralized and distributed preservation options and perpetual access to your content. And it will be very easy setup for your archiving policies. And I'd like to also briefly mention how you can manage your users. Right now, all the current users are listed here, and you can see the invitations sent to certain users above here. What you need to do is just basically you can invite someone to a role by adding their email, and you can set their role in the journal, set the starting date, and whether you'd like them to be on the masthead settings, and you can continue. The system will take you to the notification page to send the user an invitation. And by clicking here, we'll be able to invite someone, but of course, everyone will be available. Use the registration panel here for themselves. They can register themselves as well in the journal if the setup is correctly allows it to have them register themselves. Yeah, that's all for the settings part. Without further ado, we can go over the details of the workflow. In today's session, I'd like to start a new submission with you all. And for this, I will log in as an author to show you how the pages look like. First of all, I will click here, start a submission. As you may have noticed, I don't see any settings related part since I'm logged in as an author right now. They don't have an access. Only journal editors and managers have access, full access to the settings. Authors can only see their own dashboard and their previous submissions if they have submitted another article to this journal. So when we start a new submission, it will take us to the submission dashboard. We can enter the title here, select a section. As you may remember, we created a section called articles, and we set the section policy. Once I selected article as a section, this will automatically pops up. And we again created a submission checklist under journal settings, workflow. All the lists will be available here in the submission dashboard. This is how the system interlinks different pages in relevant fields. And I will set my content, and this will take me to the submission details. I will add title, the keywords, and the abstract here. I can save it for later or continue. And the next page will take me to files. I can set test file here. I can add different kind of files as well. Right now, let's say this is the article text. For example, your journal might require a cover letter. You come here and add additional supplementary materials as well, and select what kind of component that is. We can select this if I added a data set or source text, select whatever I need. Once I'm done with the files, I will continue and see the contributors. I'm already in there as the primary contact for the submission, but I can also, if I have co-authors, I can fill out this form on their behalf and add them to the contributors list. Once the contributors are done, this page takes me to comments for editors. If I have any kind of information that I want or need to share with the editors, I can add my message here. And finally, I will check, review the details on my submission, click submit to send it. And yeah, as the author, I have completed the submission. I can see the submission dashboard and in which stages it is currently on. And I can see my active submissions. Both of them are on the active. Both of them are active submissions. One of them is in submission stage. One of them is in the production stage. So my work as an author is complete. Now it's journal's turn. We can see our test submission available in the dashboard. And since we have set up the editors and section editors in the section settings, they were automatically assigned as the participants. Depending on your workflow, you can do a desk review before accepting it for review, or maybe your section editor needs to do this review. Let's say we are the section editor right now, and let's see it from their perspective. When I signed in as the section editor, again, I can only see my editorial dashboard, none of the settings. I will download the files and do the review, but before we go into the details of the process, I can briefly introduce the available hub in the submission pages. First of all, we have the activity log. All the steps and decisions taken during the submission workflow will be listed here, and all the files can be downloaded through the steps. And again, all the emails have been sent can be seen here. This is an easy track for the progress. And other than that, we have the workflow related sections and publication related sections. Workflow shows the main stages of the workflow. Publication tab shows the metadata related sections like title, abstract, contributors, metadata, galleys, permissions, such as that. And on the right side panel, we can see the participants. We can add as much as participants we can, and we can search them by their roles. By selecting users or roles, we can search and they will be listed under here. And we can create sections or see the default email set for the stage directly. And as the section editor, I will download the files, do the review, and if I find it convenient for our journal, I will maybe accept it and skip review, or maybe I'd like to start a review process. Other than that, we have a discussion section, which is available in all stages of the workflow. You can come here at discussion and select the participants for this message. Choose maybe a default message again. If you have created an email template for the stage, you can see them here. Set the subject, add your message. If you have any files to be shared, you can upload them here. And by clicking OK, all the conversation will be listed here. Again, this is easy for tracking the discussions within the team or any kind of internal communication needs. You can use review discussions. So as section editor, I have reviewed the files and decided to send it for review. And this will take me to the notification page. This is basically to notify authors that their submission is taken to the review process. I can add just a message and attach files if needed. Other email templates will be listed under here. right now we only have a send to review default email template, so it is only listed there. On the second page, we can select the files that we need for the review stage. We don't need supplementary files, for example. Maybe you have the cover letter, as I mentioned, and it has personal information that we don't want reviewers to see. So we will disable the supplementary material, but only take the submission article text to the review stage. And right now we can see it is on the review stage. The review round is 1. Revisions uploaded are not available here because this is where the authors will upload their revised version of their manuscript after the review is completed. As the section editor, what I need to do is adding the reviewers. Normally, all participants are assigned through this panel here, but reviewers are exceptional because we are trying to protect the anonymity of the process, so we have to use the reviewers table to add the reviewers. When I click here, I will see all the reviewers in the journal. I can see how many reviewers have completed, when was the last time they were active, and if they have provided their review interest, they will be listed here. I can select reviewer, and this will take me to the reviewer notification page to ask them to join in the review process of this submission. I can see the important days. These are set by default, but if it needs adjustment for the special case, I can do it here. Again, all the revision files selected here by default because I already chosen those when I skip to the review stage. But you can check the files here. And again, review type is coming default, but you can change if it's a special case. Then I can add the reviewer. I can repeat this process and add as many reviewers as I'd like to have for the submission. And as a section editor, my job is done. Now it's reviewer's turn to complete the review and submit it to the journal. And once it is done, as a section editor, I will be notified. And I will log out as the section editor and log in as the reviewer to see what's happening on the reviewer side. Now my assignment as reviewer is listed here. I can see I have a notification, a review is pending. And once I click it, it will take me to the review dashboard. And review dashboard will provide me every detail regarding the submission. I can see the title, abstract, the review type, the files to be reviewed, and all the important dates. When the editor requested the review request, and when is the response due date, and when is the review due date. I can all see those. And after agreeing the privacy statement, I can decline or accept the review. And once the reviewer guidelines are set, they will be listed here on the dashboard as a reminder to me. After reading the guidelines, I will come here to download and review step. Click on the file to download it, do my reviews, and if I have any notes to authors and editors, I can add them here. Or if I have any thing for the editor, I can add my message there. And finally, I can come here to upload my revised version as the reviewer. Or maybe I add only my comments. I will check the file name and then confirm. If I have another file, I can click here to start with the upload again. And right now you can see my revised file is available on the reviewer files. We can again see the review discussions. We can select the participants to start a new discussion for the stage. as well. And finally, I need to select a recommendation, which might be a revision required, which is used for minor revisions, or if this submission requires another round of peer review, I can recommend resubmit for review, or maybe decline submission. But for today, I will select revision required. And right now, my review process is completed. But again, if you like to send any kind of message to the editors, you can use add discussion option here. And reviewer's turn is completed. Right now, again, as a section editor, I need to step in and see what's happening with the submission. And right now, I can see the review is completed. And I can come here to read the review. If we had a review form that we have set it up, we see it, and we can see the review files and what the reviewer has recommended. And section editor, I can rate this review after checking the files and forms available. And then I just confirm, and I can thank reviewer or revert the decision. I will click thank reviewer. The default email will be there. I can adjust it and send it. So after getting all the reviews, for example, let's say we had 3 reviews, and we want the author to do a revision. So at this stage, I have to here and use one of the decision options. For this, I will select request revisions. It can be to a new round or not. For now, I will select it will be subjected to a new round to show you how to start another round of review when needed. Again, the first page is to notify authors, and then we can also notify reviewers that are involved in the process about the recorded decision for the specific submission. This is for just informational use. And right now it's author's turn again to see the submitted reviews. See the editor decisions here, and also upload my revisions by coming here, article text, and choose text revised by author, and continue. So after getting the decisions and reading through the reviews, I'll be able to submit my revisions. And again, as the author, my turn is complete. And the section editor will check revisions uploaded by the author available here. So at a glance, I can see what has been submitted as the article text at the first submission stage. And then we can see what was the review and what is the revised version of that submission. And after checking the revisions uploaded, I can record another decision and take it to the submission stage. And sorry, by logging in and logging out, you can see the revised version. Sorry. Yes. When we come to the active submission, again, we can see that revisions are submitted. A new review round has been created, and we'll be the review round here by creating new review round. This will also take us to the notify author page, which file will be selected for the new review round, and record the decision. And this will take us to round 2, and we will complete the same steps, like adding the reviewers and having their reviews, and then sending them to the author again so that they can work on their revised version for a second time and submit the revised version again. And we can create as much as round we want for the submission. And once everything is done, all the submissions are good, we can move on to the next stage. For this stage, I will again select the revised version for the author. As an editor, I have access to all stages, so I can also upload the revised version as an editor. So we feel ready, and we will accept the submission. Again, notify the author, select the file for the copy editing stage. And now submission is here. We can assign different roles like translators or typesetters into the process, have them assigned via the available request for copy edit, and send a notification to them. And once their job is complete, they can download the draft files, and then upload the copy edited version of the file. And once we upload it, we can both see the draft file for the stage and the copy edited file after completing the stage. And once we are ready, we can move our submission to the production stage. Again, we are notifying the authors, select the relevant file, which is the copy edited version of the manuscript. And we are in the production stage. In the stage, if there are any participants you'd like to add, you can add them and use these tables as a production ready files, and you can use production discussions for further refinement. But what we do basically is coming here to the publication tab and check the metadata. Basically, authors provide every little detail regarding submission during the submission stage, but maybe after the review process, some of the metadata has been changed. You can come here to check whether it's the final version of the submission. We can see the title, subtitle, and abstract, and see the contributors, edit them if needed. Maybe we'd like to add more information regarding the authors. And we can check here to metadata. As you may remember, we only had keywords as the metadata element, so this is why we are seeing this. We can add keywords, and then we can see the just XML version of the submission. And finally, we can come here to add the galley. We simply add the galley label first and select the language and click save. If you like to use a URL path from a remote website, you can add the URL also. And this will take me to the upload page. I'll come here, select again the article text, and click Submission Galley, the PDF file to continue and complete. And if there are any additional files you'd like to publish with this galley, you can do so. For example, if you have a data set, you can add XML data, come here, and again, it will take you to the upload page where you can upload the Excel file as well. And you can add as much as galley you'd like to add. And then we have the permission and disclosure section. These we see that we have already set the default copyright holders, years, and licenses. If you don't want to use the default version, you can come here and overwrite and add the copyright holder, year, and license URL if you like to customize it for the specific submission. And finally, we have the issue section, and this is where we manage the issues. First of all, we can see the section is set to articles, but if there has been a mistake, you can change the section from here. And we can come here to assign the submission to an issue. Both feature and back issues will be listed here. And if I select the back issue for the submission, after I schedule it for publication, it will be available online immediately. But if I select the feature issue, the submission won't be available for readers until the issue itself is published. And we can also add a cover image for the submission, add page numbers, let's say, and also set a date published. But of course, if you leave it blank, today's date will be listed for. And I will save my changes. And by clicking schedule publication, I will see that our submission is listed here in the schedule for publication list. And if I come to the issues page, I can see one item is available in the issue. Click edit to manage it. You can also remove it or see the submission clicking here. And once the issue is ready, all the submissions are assigned to this issue, able to publish the issue. And once I did that, on the front end, we can see the issue landing page. The current issue has changed to volume 2, and all the submissions listed here. This is the one that we have worked on. And if I go to archives, I can see both issues listed here. I will show you the other version, other issue we have set for the journal. Again, you can see this is the issue landing page. We can see the description, volume number and year, and also a description of the issue. And by clicking one of the submissions here, we can see all the relevant details, abstract titles, references, if they're added, this information, copyright, the published date, and which issue they're in, and what is the section they're assigned to. So all this information is available on the front end. Once the publication process is over, let's say you have a version of the same submission. Maybe it has been in early view mode, but for easy access, I'll come here and set a new version of this submission. This will be managed in the same panel, but I'll be able to see which versions of the submissions are here. If I click here and add title and adjust abstracts, for example, and I can add the new version of the galley by coming here and uploading the files. And if I come here to publish it again, I'll be able to see the newest version of our submission. And the previous version will be also available here. But the journal will directly show the most current version for the readers. And this is an easy management of the versions in OJS. Yes, I think we've completed the submission stages and issue. We also see the issue management. Yeah, I see lots of questions in the chat. Hopefully we can answer some of your questions. I hope it wasn't too fast because I'd like to show you as much as I can, but
We do have a few questions.
yeah, let me check.
Yes, in the box. First one is from Nurul Huda. Can you please explain more about plugins? What are the necessary plugins required?
Actually, plugins are just improvements to the features that OJS already provides. But I can show you a couple of examples how they can improve the settings. There are a couple of journals that I use in the training sessions. I will share my screen again. So, for example, in this journal, you can see citation style language plugin is available. This is to provide users how they can cite the submission. And you can select different versions of the citation formats. You can set one as default, and it is easy to share with other systems. Some of the plugins are maintained and developed by PKP, some others are not. So we cannot always guarantee whether they're going to be maintained in the long run, but they definitely add value to the features. And one of the other plugins that you can use is the most read section. The most downloaded or visited submissions can be listed in the journal. And we have citation tracking plugins. If you're a member again of Crossref or Scopus, cited by plugin will allow you to show in which submissions this article you have published is cited by. And we also have some keywords related plugins. This will show you one of the key primary keywords in the journal. It will help you search by the keywords as an example. Yeah, some of them are as such. And also we have, for example, PDF and HTML related plugins. Instead of downloading the files directly, this will give you a rendering support so you can see the submissions contents itself without downloading the file. Again, same goes for the XML, HTML galleys. Yeah, these are the ones that comes to mind.
Thank you.
I will. I promised to share the resources. Now I will do that while you're checking the question.
Perfect. Thanks. Jamil Hanshiri asks, how can I stop sending emails about a new submission to some editorial board?
Some editorial board, or did I get this right?
That is the question posed. Jamil, maybe if you could.
So that depends because sometimes the setup changes. So we need to check your settings, but you can first check the notification settings on your profile. Am I showing my screen? No. The first thing I would do is checking my profile to see I have notifications enabled. If you don't want to receive any notifications, you can disable them. The other reason why you're getting a notification is the way you set up your sections settings. As we have mentioned, when you created a section, you can add certain editors and section editors assigned to this section. So once you your name is enabled in this list, you will receive the notification as well. Disabling, you can stop the notifications. And the same goes for categories. If you are listed in one of the categories, then you might want to disable your name on the list so that you don't get any further notifications.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. We're gonna move on to Ridal Oakley. Is there no PDF generation at the initial submission and resubmission stages?
I'm trying to make sense. Sorry if I didn't get it right, but during the submission stage, you can, of course, add PDF galleys. But probably editors would want the submission to be in a workable environment, such as Word. But anytime you can add any kind of file formats in OJS.
And he
stage
also
you
asks,
want.
sorry. He also asks, at what stage do we apply for ISSN?
This is basically when you first started your journal, you want to apply for it. They will review your journal. They might also depends on the center's policies. They might want to see your first publications, and right after that, in a very short time, ISSN centers issue your ISSN. But it's a task to be completed in the initial process. And I also want to share one of the documentation we have. Hopefully I can see it right away. For those who are beginners to the process, if you're starting a new journal, you can check our guidelines here. Let me try to see. Yes. Is that one? No. I'll try to find it. It is a basic guide for those who are starting a journal and what are the steps that you need to take during the initial setup. Yes, I found it. Sorry. Here is the guideline for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We have a question.
The ISSN related process right away after publishing an issue.
Cool. We have a question from Osman. He asks, is my data affected if I upgrade the version or migrate to a new hosting company?
That depends on how you're migrating, because if you're migrating from an OJS to OJS, that doesn't even matter because you can transfer all your backup files and system-related data very easily. And we also OJS also provides you export of the metadata and the content. So you will have an opportunity to migrate your content in the new platform. But of course, they have to be on the same level and I'd say interoperable with the new system you're going to use. So that depends. But from OJS to OJS, it's very straightforward. And OJS also support XML based migrations.
Thank you. We also have kind of like a two-part question from Ani Krishna. They ask, if the editor acts as an author, will he or she receive an email after the round 1 review?
The editors? Yes, of course they get a notification because as you have seen during the sample submission we completed together, after every stage, we notify the authors. In the same way that when an author takes an action, like submitting their revisions or starting a discussion, you will also get a notification from the system unless you haven't disabled your notification settings in your profile. So.
And the second question is it possible to create a custom manuscript ID number?
It is not, because in the database, the system assigns these IDs for trackability, and it might be error prone to assign new IDs to the submissions. It can be done on the database level, but this is not something we would recommend.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's all the questions that we have in the Q&A box anyway. A lot of people are asking if this recording will be available. It will be later this week. We're going to upload it on our website, also our YouTube channel, and you guys, everybody will be notified that when it's up. If you follow up on our socials, also I think we send out email notifications for that. Yeah, so in any case, we know, we're quite aware this is an information dense session, and it maybe we didn't really have enough time to kind of go through like a slower pace, but yes, you can absolutely revisit it once the video is up.
But additional thing that I think you might find useful, I share the resources in chat. One of them is PKP School. We provide free online open self-paced courses designed to improve your workflow related skills and make you familiarized with the OJS, both the setup and the editorial workflow, I mean. So you can check pkpschool.sfu.ca address to see and attend these classes. Everything we covered today is already available there. It's based on OJS 3.3, but it's very similar to 3.5. And for all the details, you can see the available videos, and you can also check our YouTube page for certain plugins maybe, and the new features that OJS 3.5 will provide with. So I think resources can be useful after this session if you want to dig deep.
Great. I'm just going to share my screen for like the outro slides. Thank you so much, Miga. That was great. And I also want to thank Mira, our kind of like invisible hero here, for the chat and tech support. But yes, thank you so much for your presentation. It was great. It was very, very valuable. And for everyone else in the chat, I hope there are still a lot of people left. We value your feedback, and we kindly ask all of our attendees to scan the QR code, or I believe there's a link Mira had sent on the chat, to complete a short survey. It will take like a minute, and it will help us improve our future CDAs, or our community development activities. And as I mentioned earlier, Form offers institutional membership, which is free of charge. And if you believe your institution would benefit from joining, we invite you to scan this QR code and complete the membership form. We really appreciate your interest, and we will get back to you as soon as possible, of course. And lastly, if you'd like to explore upcoming community development activities, please scan this QR code to visit our website. You can register for upcoming sessions. We have another one in April coming up in just a few weeks. And yeah, we will continue to announce more activities throughout the year. Thank you all for attending. I'm just going to go back to the survey QR code. Yes, thank you all so much. Thank you again, Muga, for your presentation. Really appreciate your time and the contribution as well. Thank you everyone for attending.
Thank you so much for having me.
It is a pleasure.
All for the questions and attending.
It's a pleasure having you. Thank you.